Thank you, Nick. Does anybody have any questions for Nick Rust?
My name's Nigel Payne. Nick, I just wanted to touch on this very valuable point you made about horse welfare after the horses have left the racecourse. You mentioned that numbers of runners were going up, number of horses in training, and therefore that has implications at the other end of the scale. For wearing my Peter O'Sullivan hat, and I've got one, by the way, we come across many, many organisations who are caring for race horses. Are they giving them away, selling them, retraining them, whatever? It is unbelievable how many people are out there who are doing this on a voluntary basis. And I spoke to David yesterday, David Sykes, and I was immensely encouraged by the exercise he's currently going through. And I'd love to think that organisations like the O'Sullivan Trust, like Godolphin, who have got money to give to these organisations, have a database to refer to. And it's something I desperately encourage the BHA to lead on, as I know you are. But it would be invaluable to know. I mean, we've got our, we've got ROR, we've got Moorcroft, we've got the ones we know about, but there are so many out there, and it's desperate that we support them.
Thank you, Nigel. All I'd really say to that is there are some tremendous organisations out there, and retraining of racehorses is our charity the BHA is involved with, has a lot of funding support. I'd like more, of course. And there are a lot of good organisations, over 30 organisations who are involved in looking after ex-racehorses on an affiliated basis to that. There's money from the Levy Board, there's money from the Racing Foundation and others assisting here. And David's job really at the moment is to try and assist to help have a coordinated set of activities in this area. As you say, there are some agents who are prepared just to take horses off trainers' hands, and with good heart, no doubt, but also with commercial interest, pass them on to individuals who like the idea of having a racehorse. Of course, as the organisation you support, and as retraining of racehorses knows, there's far more to it than simply matching a horse with someone who wants it. The racehorses need to be put in the right state of mind for their next challenge. So it's an area that the sport will get after, and I'm sure it's something that we will need to consider funding in due course.
Jill Dodd.
Hello.
Hello. It's wonderful that you tell us there are many organisations that are going to look after racehorses and are doing so. But let us not forget the responsibility of the owner himself, because we can do much to make sure that our horses, when they are not racing any longer, can be found a very much an appropriate, loving or whatever home. And I have made this happen or seen it happen on several occasions now personally. So let's forget the owner as well, not just putting it over to an association, but making an effort, and very often with the trainer himself, who's just like you, wanting the very best for the horse who's given his very best to you. And it is possible.
I totally agree, and going back to our survey, we'd be very interested to hear from owners about previous practice. I'm ashamed in one way to say that I completed the survey when we were getting ready for it and realised that I'd completely entrusted my trainer as to where the horses would go next. When I first became an owner in the sport, I thought that's what trainers did, which is good in many, many ways, but sometimes those horses I don't know where they all ended up, and it's something that I now make sure I do get involved in as best I can. And I think we have to look at that, and when I said about funding, there probably needs to be a link to production and responsibility and so on with regard to this. But it's something we can get to once a bit more groundwork's been done. But thank you for making that point.
Di.
And now Di's going to give the proper answer.
Nick, you'll know, as will Charlie, that there's a huge amount of work being done in this area at the moment. Our welfare consultant, Brigadier Paul Jepson, is going around at the moment accrediting these centres that take on horses that become vulnerable. But we at ROR are doing a huge amount to help owners and trainers in this space going forward. There will be a list of retrainers that commercially take these on and help owners and trainers that we have looked at and trainers have recommended and owners have recommended to us. But there is a lot of work to do, and as the lady rightly said, it is, it is an owner's responsibility, but we are here to help. And as you know, the owners very generously give us a lot of support in this area. But a huge amount going on, a huge amount with promotion and education in all areas at the moment. So we are, I hope, all over this.
Any other questions?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Geoffrey Bishop. Am I right in thinking that the BHA top management get a bonus? And if they do, what is the justification for this?
Well, that's a really interesting question at the moment because, yes, we do, or have done. But at the moment, we're going through a process of revising terms and conditions for executive management to remove that. So historically, there has been a bonus. I have received a bonus. Mine have been received for playing my part in helping with the levy reform, things like that. I think a number of my team who are here today feel strongly about whether or not we should receive a bonus in the role that we carry out. And as I say, a number of us are now in a position where our contracts have been changed, and our remuneration committee is looking at that side of things as well. The balance is, of course, needing to attract the right talent for a role which sometimes is pretty thankless, and ensuring that you can attract people to help make the right difference. But that, of course, can be done through basic salary and a bit more transparency. So if your question is why the heck are you getting one, I understand it. And we are addressing that now. You'll be able to see that in our annual reports in the future as to what the remuneration of me and fellow directors is.
I think you earn every penny, Nick.
Thank you, Nigel. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Nick. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this morning, and I can confirm that the 2018 Racehorse Owners Association Annual General Meeting is now concluded. Thank you very much indeed for all of you that have attended today and for those that have tuned into the live feed through our website. Please make your way next door, and my sincere thanks once again to SIS for the most generous sponsorship, both today and throughout the course of the past 7 years. Thank you.